Slit.
Looks like you've got good mobility, Ken.
Yeah, it's kind of itchy. I should have washed it first.
There we go, and welcome. Let's welcome Jim and Michelle Teague to the stage.
Woohoo! Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle.
I'm Jim, and we are
A Teague of your own. Let's get motivated.
Woohoo!
Every Monday for the past 2.5 years, we at 11 o'clock on Monday mornings, 11 o'clock Eastern time. That's how we start our lives. And Sherry was kind enough to reach out to us and say, hey, would you mind talking about going live for us? And we were just like, cool. This is something we actually know how to do, and we'd love to share this information. So Jim and I started doing lives actually
During the pandemic.
Yeah, it was almost 3 years ago. We started on a Saturday night because everything was shut down and nobody could go anywhere. So we figured we'd have an actual audience out there.
Yeah.
And we were sitting in our dining room at the dining room table, started literally click the button to go live, and off we went.
Just start talking.
And we've been doing that every week. Number 147 will show this coming Monday. Since then, a lot of things have changed. We've moved to our kitchen. So what you see now is what people see when they tune in. And we actually do indeed go live on 3 different platforms now.
Mm-hmm.
We go live on Facebook, we go live on LinkedIn, and we go live on YouTube.
Yep.
And what we found is by increasing the platforms from just Facebook to LinkedIn and also YouTube,
right?
It increases the number of people who have been able to see us and contact us.
Right.
And what has that done for us?
It's grown our audience. Much to my amazement, people actually watch.
Yeah.
I'm amazed every time when she tells me the numbers. I'm like, people watch this?
Yes.
Wow.
People watch this. So one of the things that we wanted to tell all of you is if you are not currently going live, do it.
Yeah, because they watch.
Yeah. It's easy. You don't need a whole lot of fancy equipment. So John Chen has like the best setup ever that you were ever going to see. I don't want you to look at that and think, oh my gosh, that's what I need to be able to go live. No. What did we use that very first live?
A camera. Did we use a camera, or was it just our computer?
It was just a computer.
Yeah.
It was just a laptop.
Yep, just a laptop.
Literally all we did was use our laptop. I have friends who all they use is a phone. That's it.
Yeah.
I know you have a phone. I know you have a laptop. You can do live. If you want to add equipment, the one piece of advice that we got from those people, the theys of the world out there, they tell you this, they tell you that. The one piece of advice that we got was they say, people will forgive you if the video is bad, not the audio.
Not the audio.
So the one piece of equipment that I would suggest if you're going to spend money, get a good microphone. This is the second microphone we have. The very first one we had was a Samsung Media.
Yeah, I think so.
Meteorite.
Yeah.
He still
I
has
still
it.
use it.
We now upgraded to a Blue Yeti. Love it. But you don't have to spend the money to go live.
And you also don't have to have your content as being perfect. Ours is not even close. There are times that we are 5 minutes before we're getting ready to go live, and we look at each other and go, what are we going to talk about today? Literally.
Yeah.
And we'll pick a word or an idea, and we're not scripted at all.
No.
What you see is us being us. Well, not so sure that's the greatest thing in the world, but here we are.
Those people out there tell you that your audience wants to see
They
you.
want to see you.
They want to see authentic people. They want to see you being real.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. It doesn't get much real than sitting in your kitchen and broadcasting live to all the people who are out there. Yes, the mic is a USB Yeti mic. You are correct, Sherry and John. one of the other things, like Jim said, is we don't have a script.
No scripts.
We have added guests onto our show.
Mhm.
About 2 years ago, we added StreamYard. And when we added StreamYard, that gave us the ability to stream to more than one platform at a time. And so up until about 2 years ago or so, all we did was Facebook. After that, we started adding LinkedIn, because that's where our ideal customer is. Our ideal customer, for those of you who don't know us, our ideal customer is a human resource manager. It's a business owner who is aggravated because there's conflict going on in their organization. The production levels are low. Retention rates are really bad. We come in, we help with leadership development, communication skills, and teamwork.
Yep.
And when we added LinkedIn, that was a great opportunity for us to reach more of the places of where our ideal customer lives. The third platform that we added was YouTube. And if you don't have your YouTube channel, you are truly missing out, because that's where people go to search for stuff. And YouTube gives you the ability to take that link and add it to your website, to take that link and email it to your friends and family, to take that link and put it into all those emails that you've created to market your program. So go out there and make sure you've got your YouTube channel set up. Make sure you are on the social media platforms that your ideal client lives in, and go live on those platforms. Tell them a little bit about guests and what we have done in the past.
Yeah, the format is not the same every time. It's not always the two of us sitting here. Sometimes one of us can't be here, so it's just one of the others. So we've done that before. But we also have guests, and we've had a multitude of guests.
Oh my gosh, from all over the place.
From all over the country, and actually we've had some international guests too.
We have.
Yes, I know we have.
And because
So we're an international show.
Ooh.
Nice.
And because we use StreamYard, you bring the guest in through StreamYard.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who are perfectionists, you can use Zoom and upload your video from Zoom onto StreamYard. So if you're somebody who wants to make sure everything is going to be perfect, I will tell you right now, there's no such thing as perfect.
Nope.
However, people know that our shows are live because our puppy Molly will bark, or somebody will come to the front door, or because the lights will go out,
Right.
or whatever.
So things happen.
Things happen.
And then Molly has been a featured guest on our show. Most popular episode, I think, is
One of the most watched episodes that we have, and it's on our website. It's also on
the YouTube.
On YouTube
channel.
It's the one that we did with Molly. And if you'd like to be a guest, we're going to invite all of you at the end of this to reach out to us and let us know that you'd like to be a guest on our show. However, Molly has indeed, I think at one point she broke the internet because, everybody was wanting to tune in and see her.
They want to see Molly.
And of course, because she's the cutest puppy ever.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? We did a show based around her because she is the perfect example of focus and motivation. And so she is food motivated. And so literally we did a show where we showed how she will focus wherever the food is, and how, take that lesson from the cutest puppy ever and apply it to your life. Where do you need to focus? What motivates you? How can you use that to help you stay focused? So that's what we talk about. We talk about lots of different things. We've actually done books.
Yeah. We've gone through talking about different chapters in books.
Yeah, we did.
As a Man Thinketh.
As a Man Thinketh, The Science of Getting Rich, and Managing Oneself.
Yes, Managing Oneself, Peter Drucker.
We've done those books because what happens is at some point in time you realize nothing really pops up to you, and you're like, oh crap, we got to do a show in 5 minutes. What are we going to talk
What are we going to talk about?
And so literally we will grab a book and we'll say, all right, well, this will work. And off we go. And then you have instant content for the next several weeks.
Yep.
That's the beauty of focusing on books. The very first guest that we ever had, you were actually working on a project. It was December a couple years ago. you were working on a project on Mondays, and I didn't want to do several Mondays by myself. So I invited one of my friends, Karen Wright, who lives out in Utah, to come on with me, and she did. She joined me on StreamYard, and she and I did it. And then the following week, I think Nicole Perry from up in the Boston, Massachusetts area was on there. Fairy Grace, who's a speaker here in our area, she's been on there with us. So it's one way to help us to fill things up. Mike Rabinowitz is probably my favorite guest that I've ever had. And the reason why I say that is because Mike actually watches our lives.
Yes.
And when he asked to be on our show as a guest, we were like, yeah, sure, no problem, Mike, here you go. And so, set up a date for him. And I said, we can talk about you. We can talk about what you do. And when we get to the part, let's get motivated, all of a sudden, all you hear is Mike yelling, and just going crazy on the screen. So we encourage you to reach out to us here during the Star Marketing Summit and let us know, hey, I don't have my own live. I've never done this before. Could I just take this baby step and be on your show? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Peggy has a question for you, Michelle.
Yes.
Yes. Are you monetizing your live events? And if so, how? Go ahead.
Not the way that you would think that it's being monetized. Right. We do not, all of our lives are free.
Yep.
So there's not a subscription to get into our YouTube. There isn't a subscription to watch us do lives. Mm-hmm. However, we have taken those videos and sent clips of them to our ideal client and monetized it that way by them hiring us to come work for them. So that's one of the ways that we monetize the live events that we do. The other thing that you need to know is when we do our lives, they're short.
Yeah. They're usually no more than 20 minutes.
Well, 20, 25.
20, 25.
Especially when we have guests.
If we got guests, we go longer.
But every week, I will tell you, consistency is good. And I will also tell you, if you are somebody who is going to go live, don't be discouraged when you hit that button and you're looking and there's no eyeballs on you. Because most of the people aren't going to see you when it's actually live. Especially
not at the time that we're doing it. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time and people are at work.
Yeah. Most of the people see us afterwards.
Right.
And that's what amazes him.
Right.
Is that there are people who will actually go and find our videos and see what we talked about that day. But they know we have trained our audience to know that we are going to be there live every Monday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern time. And so keep that in mind. They may not be there when you hit the live button, but they will be there watching you afterwards.
And eventually you'll get, like us, a small handful of stark raving fans who show up to watch it live.
And then they'll have questions.
Yep.
And
they'll post it in chat. Yeah.
That's one of the ways that you can increase the viewers is when they know you're going to say something about them during your live, because you see them asking questions. How many views do you average? Oh, it depends. The Molly one where we've got I want to say a few thousand on the Molly one. The ones that it's just us, within the week we usually have a few hundred. So it depends on what the topic is. It depends. Some of the guests that we have on there will have thousands of those within a couple of weeks because of their audience. One of the things that Raven brought up is to use other people's audience to expand your reach. And that's what you do when you have a live and you invite somebody on there. I loved when she said, reach out to people and ask them to interview, because this is the way that you can start to expand your audience. And this is how you can use live. It's a great platform for you. to be able to do that. So make sure you are doing that this year. Make sure you are reaching out. I know you've got a list of people that you want to interview on our show. And like Raven said, this is the year to do it. Focus on using this as one of the tools to expand who you can reach
Right.
to. All right. So what questions do you have for us? I saw about StreamYard in there. The StreamYard that we have, I got like 2 years ago. It was a Black Friday deal where I pay, I don't even think it's $10 a month.
It's not much.
And it's super cheap, and I can do up to three lives at a time. All of our lives are truly live. There is only one that we ever pre-recorded.
Yep.
And you can indeed use Zoom and then upload it into StreamYard, and it will stream live whenever you tell it to go out. So it will look like you are actually live on there. Yes.
But we even do it when we're out of town.
Yeah.
We're on vacation. We'll stop and do our live.
Yeah.
And then carry on after that.
A couple of weeks ago, we were in Florida and sitting there in the condo doing our lives. So, yep.
I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite presentations at any marketing summit. This is exactly what the marketing summit is about. I smiled the whole time. I'm so happy. This is stuff that we can all be doing. This is our peers, and they're building their clientele, and then they're using the recordings for different things. And I hope Raven even gave us some ideas on how we can even more so use the recordings for different things. Any other questions for Michelle and Jim Teague?
Dia has a question. She says, do you have interactions with your listeners?
Yes, we do. That's the cool part, is when you know who's on there, you can call them out by name, especially the ones that put stuff in the comments. We will always refer to them when they put stuff in the comments, so that way they know we're paying attention to them, and we thank them for their comments. And if somebody goes in after the fact and watches and leaves a comment in there, we'll go back in and reply to it. So yeah.
So those of you who are on the live stream, you're watching the Star Marketing Summit for speakers, trainers, coaches, and authors. We are honored to have Michelle and Jim Teague as our guests. They are awesome trainers and leaders in our industry. So thank you. Do you need to sign off in some way on the live stream?
Well, I do. I have one message for you, Michelle and Jim Teague. Here we go.
Thank you for attending the performance. And a special thanks to all those who helped with the show.